Do you know how scary it is? Sleeping every night, wake up every day for 90 years. You sleep, you wake up, you eat, you make love, you have children, and living life, and when you really get old, you still only sleeping and waking up. And when you only fall asleep, deep sleep, you fly away. You was the little baby out of the stomach, and you sleep and get big, and you can sleep every day watching all the news, and 90 years later you fly out of your bedroom and fall in any house. But don't worry, they know they have your children. They will find you based on your experience, because the world know one big secret. The reason why it's so important that brothers and sisters and mothers take their own feeling by doctors is for you to find your own identity, because they know the school book is not yours, the name is not yours, your mama papa is not yours. You came from the fly, you become a human, and if you die alone in your house, you become flies. And they know you don't own your name, you don't own your mind. Everything you know, you learn it from the school, and when you die, it was never yours in the first place. So you just get lost, and they see you again when they see you, because they know whatever in this world you're gonna talk about is what you see, is what you're gonna speak. And the food you're gonna eat, they know you don't make the food, you just taste the food and digest the food, and the feeling you're gonna feel came from your mother, father. So they don't recognize you as a being. That's why when you find yourself, you have to plant yourself in order for you to exist. If the farmer never plants the food, we will not find it in the shop. It's like human beings that need to replant themselves in order for them to be where they are today. Nobody gonna fix you if you don't fix yourself. Nobody gonna fix you, because the system is used to have institutes that are way beyond our own imagination, and they can have what they want and how they want it. But we on the outside, we need to do something if we want to be in this planet. For example, you have a name today, you have a house. You have a name, you have a house, you know where you live right now, right? 90 years later, you're very twisted, very old, you are the 120-year-old, you already changed body 90 years later. But to be sure, when you change in body, you have to take the seed inside of you and return it to the stomach where you came from. It's the only soil you can plant yourself and watch it growing. Your heart is not your body. Your eyes is not your body. What your eyes see and what your heart is in love with is different than where you came from. You have to own a body to fall in love in the street. And if you're gonna die in your wife's bedroom or your husband's bedroom, you have to go and plan a car that's gonna drive you. You're not looking for the little you, you just focus on the big you. There is a little you that disappears inside of you. You have to get it out, and the only way to get it out is through your mama key. You ask the permission from your mother, because she's actually what you call your brother. Only that route is gonna get you from the sleeping and waking up. For as long as mankind really trusts this nighttime sleeping and waking up, you can be dead, you don't even know it, because in 120 years time, you sleep to be 120, or you sleep to be 80 that died, that is now just a 40-year-old blind don't worry, the school book is still the same. It is very important. You've worked so hard for everything you own. If you only trust the night time and the daytime, you're gonna sleep away and your children are gonna sleep into your bedrooms. They're gonna get big. And the system is not gonna miss you because the children are always growing up to be the same size. But you have to fight for yourself this time. You have to fight for yourself because your children are not a mind. They're just a copy conscious. You are the mind. Every 50 years, the mother and the father, they are the mind. The child is just a copy conscious. And until you learn how to fight for yourself and don't allow your condom to come between you and your footstep, you can never read your child's mind, but you can tell your child what you want to hear from your child. If you believe that your child is really going to live on for you, why don't you try to let your child eat for 1 week and you don't eat nothing? For you to know that your child is your companion, is someone that you can say, can you please go buy me something? Can you please do this for me? Someone you can joke and laugh with and fight with. But they are not you. Because by the time they're 40, they are the reason that make you become the 80. If you are the 32 and you become the 60, they are the 28 on top of you. All it takes is 4 years later for them to become you, but they are not the you. They are just the future that came and make your face look older. But you cannot focus on them because where you going, they are coming to you 32 years later. They become the double age, they become the 64. Whilst you are 32 years older. You're going to the same future. Your child is coming where you are, but by the time they get there, you already fall down. But in order for you not to fall down and disappear, you have to plant yourself where your child gonna look for you. You have to look for your sister, the garden, and plant yourself there. If you don't plant yourself, you're gonna vanish. The system don't care about you. You have to care about yourself. That's what the God is saying now. You have to care about yourself. You know, my mother cannot listen to this subject, but that's why there is a blocking to protect my mother and my father and my family. The consciousness, no. When I tell them story like this, they don't want to hear, because they are in a mentality that does not believe in subject like this. They believe in Jesus Christ. They go to church every Sunday. But they are not my mother. They're not my family. I just fall there. My masturbation end up there. They just print me out. They are just little children fooling around. The 20 and the 13. And my father is just 7 years old. My mother is 13 years older than my father. My father was the 7. My mother is 13 on top of the 7. And now the 7 make love with the 13. And now his face look like 20. But the 20 become a 33. The 20 that was there, 13 years later they become a 33. But the 7 years old sleep look like a 20. And now the 20, which is a 7, go to make love with the God that is bigger than the 7. The God is 7 years on top of the 7, and then become 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 years bigger. The little baby come to fuck the God. And now the stomach is wrapped with the cloth because the consciousness from Curacao masturbate and fall in these little children, and now end up in Europe, hijacked, end up in Europe, and now trying to advise the world what to do. So it's your future. You can go to 1,000 party. You're gonna get old in your bedroom. You don't know your mama papa yesterday when he came into the world, but you can plan your mama papa. You can plan it. You don't only plan your children, you plan yourself. So how to go forward? You have to plan yourself. If you don't plan yourself, then you go back to the nothing. You go back to the nothing, you know. So do something. Don't just believe in a night time, because your night time is American daytime. American night time is your daytime. There is a rotation that is going on, and the weakest link gonna crash. I can tell you something shocking. I think sometimes it's nice to tell a shocking story, because not everybody have the chance to listen to a video till 15 minutes. Wendy is the weakest link, because the system gets the maximum orgasm out of her. But Wendy is protected. Wendy that is sitting in the TV is different than the Wendy that sits in an high chair and puts the arm in the face. The system is fooling her. They know she's my bloodline. They're fooling her. In this show, she's joking and laughing every day. And she have this pill she's taking every day on the show, and the tea she's drinking. And she go home, make love with her husband, try to please her husband. And they download all the orgasm into her son, they believe. But her son only receives when he's in the stomach. When he's big, he's just going around breathing in the animals, which is all kind of current that is coming from all fresh air. Is what the son is breathing in and out. But they empty what is Wendy, and it's not nice. They try to present her the last day when she's going away. Suddenly she's crying on her going away. But the shocking, I need to tell the diva that is sitting in the account of Wendy. You sitting when Wendy is leaving. Let me find the account. You sitting, you say you have a real hair. You say your face is Wendy face. You say you are the real blonde Wendy. You say after the show Wendy changed her hairstyle. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, because this time the Wendy yesterday and the Wendy today is different. It's a revenge list. Everything you see on the internet is make-believe, because the consciousness is out to replay yesterday what happened in the background without TV, and now capturing everything to tell the ones who are actually in possession to turn things around. You can see and you can turn things around based on what the consciousness giving you evidence. Because these are ordinary pictures of sex that have no mind. They cannot do nothing about everything they see or do. Only you can stop them. They are just children from school. And when you give them what you give them is what they know. This woman who is sitting in the account, she. Let me show you. She says she's the real Wendy. She says she's Wendy, the same face, the same hairstyle. She's sitting, but she's missing the point, because that Wendy and this Wendy is totally different. The Wendy up there is the consciousness that is here to play the game, totally different. Trust me, they've done it many times. They use people, they promote them till they empty their orgasm, but when the body is protected over 900 days,